Now, Chief Justice DY Chandrachud completes a year in office today. From the Adani Hindenburg issue to the same-sex marriage case, there were several crucial judgments in his first year. Ashmit Kumar is standing by to take a look back at some of the crucial verdicts delivered by the Chief Justice. Ashmit.
Well, as Justice DY Chandrahud completes a year at the helm, here's a look back at 8 key developments. Now, the biggest corporate case of 2023 has been the Adani Hindenburg case. In March, the CJI formed an expert committee and directed SEBI to complete investigations. SEBI informed the Supreme Court that probe is complete in 22 out of 24 cases, but is still waiting for information from regulators overseas. Expert committee, meanwhile, concluded that there was no regulatory failure and neither was there any evidence against Adani. Petitioners, however, have flagged repeated adjournments in this case. Number 2, in a crucial dispute, a bench headed by the CJI held against the centre and in favour of the Delhi government on the issue of control over officers. The Supreme Court held that division of powers must be respected. However, within days of the judgment, the centre came out with first the ordinance and then the GNCTD Amendment Act, giving the Lieutenant Governor the sole powers over officers. Speaking at a public event recently, the CJI had remarked that the legislature cannot overrule the Supreme Court. Number 3, the CJI took on the mantle of deciding the fate of abrogation of Article 370 after 16 days of hearing. The judgment was reserved by a 5-judge bench. It had been referred to 5 judges 4 years ago in 2019. The judgment will be pronounced before the year end. Number 4, the Sena versus Sena battle in Maharashtra was also decided by the CJI-led bench. The Supreme Court held in favour of the Eknath Shinde camp, but at the same time directed the Speaker to decide the appeals from the Uddhav camp on disqualification against the Shinde camp within a reasonable time. It's been 6 months since then. More recently, the CJI has warned that disqualification proceedings can't be turned into a charade by allowing the government to continue till the next elections. Number 5 was the battle by the queer community for equal marriage rights. The Supreme Court has answered that question by giving a big no to legal recognition for marriage, for unions, or even for rights flowing out of a union. The CJI was in a minority. He had directed for allowing adoption rights to queer couples. The CJI had held that denial of marriage rights was a violation of fundamental rights. Number 6 could well be, it could hold the key for the upcoming general elections. We're talking about electoral bonds. The CJI-led bench has reserved the judgment. During the hearing, he made key observations. He noted that the bonds seem to provide selective confidentiality where the ruling party could gain access to donor details. He also noted that bonds should not legitimize kickbacks. Number 7 saw an exchange of fire between the then Law Minister Kiren Rijiju and the CJI. The Supreme Court Collegium under the CJI had recommended the name of Advocate Saurav Kirpal for elevation as a Supreme Court judge. The centre sent the file back with citing Raw's objections to the advocate being openly queer. In an unconventional move, the Supreme Court Collegium resolution made public the Raw findings. The Collegium resolution said that that cannot be the basis for rejecting a candidate for being openly queer. Soon after, Kiren Rijiju was shipped out of the Law Ministry and replaced with Arjun Ram Meghwal. Justice Chandrachud has exactly a year to go before he demits office, and the CJI is looking determined to take on complex, volatile matters before his term ends.
All right, Ashmit, many thanks for joining us. The Chief